Hi, I'm Michael. This is Enoree Station Project. And this episode is going to be a little bit different than my previous ones. So I went out to maintain the property around the historic buildings last weekend. Mowed for about 10 minutes and then the bush hog exploded. And I mean exploded. The gearbox just let go and it really tore things up down here. You can see that, and up in front it's all dented. So there's a lot of dents and broken welds and stuff like that. So apparently those gearboxes are supposed to have oil in them, and mine didn't. Whether that just escaped my memory to check it, or it leaked out while I was mowing and had no idea. The results were the same. So you can see not a lot left. That's how it was doing. It was just flopping around like that. You can see this bearing race is all chewed up. And yeah, the bearing is gone. And pieces, that's the bearing right there. That's all that was left of it. But I mean, it is dry as a bone in here. Nothing had any oil in it. This would be a stump jumper on a nicer one, but this is just a big half-inch piece of wood. And I was hoping to save it, but you can see right there, it is bent. And I don't have the proper tools to straighten it. I mean, I'd need really a forge and an anvil to straighten this thing out. I did save the blades, so I took those things off, I sharpened them, and when I took them off, it was pretty interesting. So the bench vise, it didn't make it. I clamped that thing in here and wrenched on it with a big old pipe as a cheater bar, and that the bench vise exploded. So I didn't even have the proper tools to take this thing apart. So I had to go out and buy a 3/4 inch drive set. I've never used one before. Anyway, so we've got a new gearbox. I was going to unbox it here. I haven't even looked at it yet. A new stump jumper is on order, and hopefully we can get this thing put together. Alright, let's take a look at this new gearbox. Okay, I took the new gearbox out of the box, and I have to say I'm incredibly disappointed by this part. It is just a joke, really. You can see the paint isn't even enough to cover it. There's porosity in the casting. I mean, absolutely everywhere you look. Nasty looking casting. And over here on this side, you've got like a big void and piece of slag right in a ceiling surface between the housing and that front plate. I don't even know if I want to use this thing, but it doesn't look like there's a lot of options online. It seems like all of these are coming imported from the same company, and it doesn't look like there's a lot to choose from on that. Even the manufacturers are using the same company, it seems like. Stump jumper came in. So this is a significant upgrade over just the steel plate that was here originally. Beefier, and hopefully we won't get stuff like this happen again where we bend this plate. So hopefully they'll go up and over things rather than just hooking onto things and bending. So we'll get these two spots touched up with some paint in a little bit. I got to grind off a little bit of that garbage right there from when we had the accident happen, the blow up happen, and then we'll get to adding parts. Got the new gearbox mounted, about to start tightening the bolts. I thought about painting it, and then I thought, yeah, I don't think this thing's going to last long enough for that to matter. Okay, got everything bolted up. We're going to get that stump jumper, attach the blades, and then I probably should have dry fit this all to see if it fit, but I think it will. We're all put together, but I think anybody who watches my channel knows I busted the jacking up the cottage. So a wooden crate's going to have to do for a jack. Alright, well, I used a lot more muscle than I used box, but it's in. Last thing, tighten the castle nut, put a cotter pin through it. I got to pick up a bunch of shear pins tomorrow because this is what was in there for a shear pin, and I did not put this in here. This is what was in here when I bought it. I was told that it would break by the previous owner. It obviously jammed completely and never broke, so obviously it's too strong to be a shear pin. So I'll go pick up some of those tomorrow. Okay, finish up with our bush hog project, and I did decide to paint the gearbox because it turns out Chevy orange is just about a dead ringer for whatever color orange J-Bar paints these things. Once I sprayed that, I was like, wow, that looks pretty decent. Let me just do the gearbox while I had it out. Not the best job, but better than their paint job by a long shot. So that's it for tonight. I got to fill it up with gearbox oil. I need to get some shear pins, and then we'll be ready to cut.